Good evening, Dumelang. It's another Friday, and Inspirational Friday is here again. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know Hore, after last week, you have been waiting. Okay, my name is Mahukul Zokhapeti. I'm your host, the host of Inspirational Fridays. Today, we have our guest, Naledi Phahlo, and she's going to tell us more about why she is here. Remember that it's August and we are talking to women this month, and our theme for the whole month is bold. So what we are doing is that we are talking to women that I believe are taking bold steps towards any area of their lives. So our lady here has a business, a cleaning business. She will tell us more about what she does in a minute. And I believe that you are going to be more inspired and more determined to also look for your bold step and take it. Lady, Dumela Okai.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I'm so well. Let me take this opportunity to thank you. Lang hijackile, But yeah, I'm truly thankful. It's always a pleasure, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always excited to share my story and maybe
Yes.
help someone else out there, who's also embarking the same journey. So I'm
Yeah.
fine. I struggle a bit to log in and technical issues, but here we are. I'm excited.
Thank you for agreeing for me to hijack you. I know what's working. I thought about you, but it was like, you no, 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 no. But then when you spoke to me in the morning, I was like, I'm not gonna let this one pass. I'm going to just go straight to it. And we are here. Thank you so much. And one of the reasons that we started 5:30 today is because you have to go somewhere around 6:30. So we decided that we are going to start early so that we have you, and we don't want to cut anything. We need to give you an hour just like everybody else. And now I'm happy that we are here. And to everyone who is watching, kindly greet us and tell us where you are. And thank you so much for joining us. So, Ausnaled, I realized later on that Nalwena, we were on the same page around 2017, 2016, maybe. But I am aware that you were part of DRC at some point. I don't know if it was around that 2016, 2015, 2017. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, we are attending the same church. I actually started attending Global Reconciliation Church 2012, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
and I left 2015 to Joburg.
Okay.
But then
Oh,
when I left, I also joined the other branch, yeah, GRC
in
Pretoria.
Pretoria. Yes.
And then I was working, hustling, and doing all of that in
Mm-hmm.
Joburg. And
Uh-huh.
2000 and no 20 I think 2020 or late 2019, I had to
Mm.
come back the side for family reasons.
Okay.
So I'm back at church, Global Reconciliation Church, Bloemfontein, full force, full time. Yes.
Hey. Okay, nice. Now I'm in Joburg, so we swapped.
Ha ba bang ba kgathala, ba bang ba ya. Jwale ke
Yes.
hloka energy e ntjha.
Ke tla kgutla le nna ke tlo rwala. Akere it looks like you come here to get something and then you go back home, because with what you are doing, it says something around the lines of what I just said.
Yeah.
Re na le Dina Grace Moloja. She's saying Dumelang o mo Facebook. Hello, hi. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Altinalid, tell us about where you come from, and eh, anything about the background that you want to share with us.
Okay, so now I was born and bred. Um, sorry, Sesotho kgotsa Sekgowa? Or
And
mix,
it's
it's
fine.
fine.
Eh.
Okay. So I was born and bred Mutabanchu. My parents grew up in Tabanchu,
Mm-hmm.
and I also attended school Mutabanchu. I got married Mutabanchu, but I didn't know that my husband was from here up until I went to church and I saw him at church, and we were all surprised for Mukaya,
Eh, yeah.
and then, like I said, I went to Joburg and I came back and I'm building a life again here in Mutabanchu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a global citizen myself, so I'm not really bound to Tabanchu, but this is my home. This is where I gather myself. This is where I get the energy to go back to the world and be this woman that you see today.
I
So I'm a
get
mother
you.
of three boys.
Oh
I'm a
boy.
mother of three boys under six.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm married. I'm married to a wonderful husband, Mpopatlo,
uh-huh.
and I'm currently full time in business.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll reveal later, but my background, both my parents and my grandfather was in business, and
Okay.
I've lived and I've breathed business. I've done a lot of things, but I've always had a business that I was running. And
Okay.
at the beginning, it wasn't clear which business really to do because I was doing everything. But
Okay.
it's only now that I say I've really found myself and my foundation in terms of what is it that I want to do in business.
So tell us about your business. What is it and what is
So,
it about?
so Naledi is a serial entrepreneur. I've got a
Okay.
couple of businesses, but the one
Mm-hmm.
that I am passionate about and that I love is the
Mm-hmm.
detergents one. So my business, we manufacture household cleaning detergents for household and
Okay.
industrial from scratch, and then we
Mm-hmm.
package. We sell to individuals. We've got two stores. One is in Tabanchu, and the other one is in Botabelo. And then I've got a couple of clients. I do
Mm-hmm.
international as well. I do local. I do bulk buyers. I do, one that comes and buy. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't really do cleaning. Cleaning, I
Okay.
was doing it because during COVID-19 we were fumigating,
Okay.
disinfecting,
Yeah.
and it was a need at that time. So you wouldn't really disinfect without cleaning. So
Mm-hmm.
I incorporated that. But right now, where we found ourselves as a business is in manufacturing and distribution of the products.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier that your parents and your grandparents banally they were also in business, and then now you found yourself in multiple businesses, but trying to figure out now which one am I going to settle for, because you can't be everywhere if you want or need to be productive. How did you finally find the DD and decide, okay, this is where I'm going to settle in. I'm going to sell cleaning products, not just sell, but also manufacture, start them from the scratch, the process. And how did you find it um a need for you not to buy all the already made, but start everything from the scratch?
Okay. So maybe I should just give a little bit background in terms of how the business started. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I was working in Joburg, and my
Mm-hmm.
husband and my family was in Tabanchu. So that
Okay.
meant I had to travel often, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
travel like every second week of the month.
Mm.
And you know, I saw that it wasn't really enough, the salary, and so I
Okay.
tried to do a side hustle, that of which we call side hustle,
Mm.
just to complement and to really assist with the transportation money.
Mm.
So
Eh.
I saw a washing powder. It was sold, and then I started now buying it. um,
Mm-hmm.
then I would repackage. I would not manufacture from scratch. I would repackage because it was in
Uh-huh.
need. It was really something that I thought was much more profitable.
Mm.
And then I started selling it, and I remember it was in November when I started. I did a
Mm,
small flyer and I did my combo and I posted there. And family, friends,
mm,
church, I think I
mm.
sold in that month 50 buckets alone in that month. And
Wow.
I was like,
Okay.
you know what? This thing is working because I've sold other things. I've done shoes. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
really fanatic about beauty myself, but I always found myself selling that and that,
Something, yeah.
because of passion and because of really trying to supplement the salaries and all of those things.
Okay.
And then, so after the washing powder and I saw market responding very well, I then added the fabric softener. But now the
Mm,
fabric softener, I wasn't buying it.
okay.
I have a chemistry background, and
Okay.
I researched some few formulas. It's relatively easy to do. You just need two products to do it, water and
Okay.
then tolu, and then you just need a fragrance, whatever fragrance that you need. So
Mm,
then I introduced that one, and really the market responded really well to it. And I got encouraged, and they were asking me more products. Now I was no longer selling only to my friends,
mm.
family members, and churchmates. People were really now, Stockfell ladies were coming. We want that package. Can you now include dishwasher? Can you now do
Okay.
this?
Mm,
And when I saw myself, I I I would, and this was really brought to me by my husband. He's like, when I see you doing your production, you
okay.
become a different person. And I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
aware. I was like, now that you said it, I really lose myself when I'm doing my products. I
Yeah.
forget about everything and I'm just in
Mm,
it. And I've realized that actually, I'm a manufacturing person. I love manufacturing, and this
mm.
has really now taken me to a direction of, now I'm in an automotive industry. I'm
Ah.
currently studying my MBA with GIPS, and it's and the core focus is in manufacturing, so it's not just a general
Wow.
MBA, but it's focused on manufacturing. So I'm really harnessing this passion and this gift, you know and
Mm,
yeah, so that's it. And maybe to someone who's listening, like I said, I've done
mm,
a lot of things. I've sold shoes. I've sold anything from high school.
mm,
I used to
mm.
sell sweets. I know it sounds cliche, but really it's who
Yeah.
I was. And
Mm,
you can talk to anyone in my location. So, some people, when they meet me in business, they're like, "We're not surprised. We've always
yeah.
seen you selling things, and
Mm,
we've always
mm.
known that you are a business person, you know." But the journey wasn't clear in terms of which industry or which business really
Oh,
do I want
oh,
to. So it's only
yes.
when I exposed myself and I started doing more, then I realized, okay, this is where I want to function. This is where I don't like, and this is where
Mm,
is my strength. And I'm discovering other things about myself that I didn't know
mm-hmm,
through this
mm-hmm.
journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I love your story. The fact that you had to be everywhere first, then later on, finally, because of one act that happened. You say that you sold washing powder, and that was when you see the response. And then after that, everyone started even suggesting her, why are you not adding this and that? So I want to know, Hore, during COVID, how was your business doing?
COVID.
Yes.
So
2020 and 21 and until now.
so unlike most people, I'm going to be honest.
Mm,
COVID really boosted my business. Um,
okay.
it launched us to spaces
Mm,
that we never thought that we would, because like I said, I started around 2019,
mm,
28 late 2018, but really got momentum 2019.
mm-hmm.
And it was, I think, just late 2019 when I started opening my first branch, Motabanchu. But it was only
Yeah.
detergent, and it was like
Mm,
small, like from 1 liter to 5 liter. That's how far we could
mm,
do.
yes.
25 liters was a mission. But
Mm,
when COVID-19 hit, I think it was March 2020,
mm,
because we were already in the hygiene space. And when we heard about, we had to do we have to now wear the mask. And luckily
Yeah.
at that time, my mother, Unaroga, before she
Okay.
passed away,
Mm.
so she did the mask for us. And then I would
Okay.
go to town and I would
Mm-hmm.
sell them. Like at that time it was 35 rand, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wow.
remember at that time it was a need, like you wouldn't access or you wouldn't enter the store without having
Without
mask.
one.
So everyone at
Yes.
that time, you would even sell it 50 rand, they would still buy it. and
Mm.
I saw that people were responding well. People wanted the mask. I think I don't remember the numbers that would sell a day, but
Mm.
the numbers were about 3,000, a day that would score, just from selling the mask. And that was like
Mm.
2 hours in the morning. And then you'd have
Okay.
to go back because the demand is high. And now she's working alone. So because I was in the hygiene space, like I said, I decided, okay,
Mm.
no, I'm going full force. How do we do sanitizers? I went online,
Okay.
I Googled, I
Mm.
checked the recipes for sanitizer. I saw also it was not a lot, three products,
Mm.
isopropyl alcohol, and you had to add your glycerin. If you wanted it to smell nice, you'd also add in fragrance, And I was
Preference.
like, no,
Yes.
I can do this thing. And at that time, there was a need, really, 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 there was a serious need.
Mm.
And
Mm.
the product themselves, the raw
Oh.
materials, so having been part of WhatsApp groups with people from Joburg and
Mm.
other provinces. They would tell, this is where you get your raw material. There it's finished, but I know someone who has it there.
Mm.
So that hustling also had to come
Mm.
out, and
Mm.
one had to respond to the current need that was there, and one had to be
Yes.
quick. And
Mm.
from sanitizer, and then we were just disinfecting. So we went
Okay.
online, checked, we find disinfecting machines, drive to Joburg. My husband was with me at that time.
Mm.
Drive to Joburg, come back, and we was just there to see that this is what people want, and we can
And
give it to them, and we went full force. Makokolo,
we
can you still hear me? Yo, can you
hello?
still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are back. Uh, my network was changing from uh, MTN to Wi-Fi, but it's fine now.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I was telling my story, I really started like that, with selling mask one
Mm.
until I had orders, until I would work with big organizations like Gibbs, where I had to disinfect their premises. Schools were
Mhm.
there. Um, it was just a thing of being local and being available and responding with speed at that time. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
really worked for me at that time.
For
So
you.
that's why I'm
Mm.
saying, as much as COVID was a bit, not a nice a disease and outbreak that was really affecting everyone. I also lost my mother, but in terms of business, I had clients that I would never imagine that I would have, simply because I saw the need and I jumped to it as fast as I could.
Okay, no, I am sorry about the passing of your mother. I believe that, as a family and everybody else, you are now at a peaceful state because I believe Hore, it has been a journey with you guys and her until her last days. May her
Mm,
soul rest in peace.
thank you, thank you.
So I hear that when you speak about how your business started, how the disaster, how the pandemic, how the bad situation that was affecting the whole country, people losing jobs, all that negativity, how you found your niche, how you found your breakthrough through that unforeseen circumstance. What can you say to someone who is in the midst of a situation that looks deadly, but somewhere somehow ho na le this thing e reng this is not the end of your journey, this is not the end about whatever you are doing. What do you say to someone who feels like just give up, I can't do this anymore because what I see with my naked eyes looks like it's a disaster that will never come to an end?
Mm. Yo, that's a tough one, especially when somebody's if faced by a situation where it's deadly. Maybe I would say we always have to choose life, you know, in
Uh-huh.
the midst of whatever that is happening to us. There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Uh-huh.
Most of the things sometimes that kills us, it's not really the situation, but our mind, you know,
Okay.
um, how we see things. Because myself and
Mhm.
you, we can go through the same thing, but you'll find that
Yeah.
someone is positive about their situation, or they would even make it because of the right mindset or frame of mind that they are in. And somebody
Uh-huh.
might not come out of it, because of their mindset. So sometimes it's really not about what you're going through or where you find
Okay.
yourself in, but it's really about how you say things and how you process things. I mean, I would have chosen to say, hey, COVID is deadly, you know, let me
Mm,
just stay home. It's time, it's
mm,
now time to be with my babies and my husband, catch up time, lock
yeah.
ourselves and eat whatever food that's there.
Mm,
But I saw that as an entrepreneur, this is the times where we are called in, you know.
mm,
It is at the difficult times where we see who you really are, and
yeah.
I am Naledi myself. It's a name that I've given
Yes.
myself,
Yeah.
and the reason why I chose that name was Naledi is always there when it's sunny,
Mm,
but you don't
mm,
see it.
you
You
don't
you will
see
only see it when it's dark.
that.
At the dark times, that's where you shine, and that's my philosophy of life. That situations, when they don't work in my favor, actually this is the
Mm,
right time for me now to take advantage and see how they work for myself. So deadly situation is quite difficult, but you can always come out strong. Just fix your mindset and make sure that you see things differently. Choose to see positive out of everything that you go through. There is something
mm,
positive about that. There is something to learn out of it. There is a way
yes.
out.
Mm,
Just
mm.
change your
Your
vision, or the
mindset.
way you see it, your mindset as well. Yeah.
I do agree with you. You know, I love a lot of things that you said. You mentioned that at the darkest season of our lives or moments or an hour of that darkness, that's when we shine. You know, I believe hore, life happens to us all, ne?
Mm,
But it depends on what do you know. What you know will help you get out of any situation unharmed. And as you say, stronger and wiser than you were before you encountered that situation.
yeah.
Right now, where you are seated, if it happens that another pandemic comes in, you will not scratch your head as to what now, what move should I take. You are definitely going to run with finding the solution to this because the first pandemic taught you, Hore, it's possible, it's doable. Look at you now, still standing, still dreaming, and also living the dream. So I believe that even to all of us, different industries, there's always something that one can find and use and flourish and prosper in it, regardless of the season, regardless of the time, because when one is not is facing darkness is all they see. It's so difficult for you to come now. If you can come and speak to small or start-up businesses, they will not believe you until they come across their own dark season.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look at you and say, "Yo, she's so beautiful." You know, now she's applying outside South Africa. Yo, these ladies. But the story behind it, it's something that it will take their own darkness, their own, journey to say, "Oh, okay, okay, now I see." Because sometimes you need to go through it for you to understand it.
mm,
Yes.
mm.
So when we talk about life in general, what keeps you going? What keeps you saying, you know what, today ke tlo nka seriti sa ka and be bold and just move forward, knock on the doors that I need to enter in, and you know what, go and find whoever that I need to find for this type of a breakthrough that I need. What keeps you going?
Yo, there's a lot of things I think for me. Number
Mhm.
one is the support structure that I have.
Okay.
I always say to my friends that, you know what, I don't think I would do half of the things that I do if it wasn't for my husband. Um,
Yeah.
my husband is really the winds, beneath, I mean, the wind beneath my wings.
Yes.
Even with COVID, like I said, he was just here
Mm,
close with me
mm,
and we moving.
mm.
Even with the vision, sometimes the business, when I tarry, he's always the one to remind me to say, hey, remember, this is what you said, you know.
Okay. Mhm.
But also at the core of things, like I was telling you this morning, that you know what, hey, people are going and I'm also going.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
this situation, um I really get my strength from God. um
Mm,
I meditate a lot. I pray a
okay.
lot. When there is when I'm in not so dark times, but when I'm in difficult situations or where I'm not seeing the
Mm,
light, my first point is always my prayer closet.
mm.
Pray, and I get there weak. I just say it to the way it is, to God, that
Yeah.
God, you said, but look at us now.
Wow. Yes.
And I would come back with a different perspective. Not that things would have
Mm,
changed immediately, but I'd come out with a different perspective and a different way of doing things. And
okay.
as well in my business, at this moment, there's a lot of people who are counting at me. There are times where the sales are not great.
Yeah.
Suppliers are not paying. You're
Mm,
like, you know what? Why am I stressing myself with this thing? I can just take my qualifications and just go back and and
mm,
and, and have another nice life, stress free.
yes.
but
Mm,
but you remember why you started, and you see these people who have so much faith and hope in you,
yeah.
who are dependent on you, and
Woo.
they always give you that, let me push, let me just keep going, one last time. And one thing that I've also realized with my employees is they've now come to terms to understand that it's no longer about me. The vision is not just me. The business is not
Yeah.
about me. It's it's
Mm,
it's us. Because when the business is not doing well, they are the ones who are not getting
also affected.
salaries. If you don't have clients, that affects also their salaries. So
Mm,
support structure, my family, number one, praying,
yeah.
and really the people around me that are helping me to carry this vision.
Wow. Okay. Only one comment that I'm going to read proudly. So we have Mr. Mpopasha. He says, hashtag proud husband. Wow, Tate Mpho, I am very proud of you myself. Sitting here, you know what? I'm going to touch this matter, and I was not going there. The fact that, you know, relationships nowadays, re di bitsa di-scam, rona ba single, because wow, wow. But
Scam.
listening to you now, you are both very young with your husband, but when you talk about how you became with him being your support structure, him also helping you to remember yourself, to remember what you said. It really for me it lights up my hi husband. Maybe somewhere somehow you are there. Because that's what I want. I want that kind of a relationship with someone's son. I want that, and I'm trusting God for that. So thank you so much, a proud husband, for being supportive to this beautiful lady. Because from today or any time when she mentioned, "Hore, my husband is my number one cheerleader," we are going to see your husband when we see you.
Yes.
Wherever you go, we know Hore. If he's not here somewhere, but Oksalayo, he was behind what you are doing full force. So I'm really, really proud of him and you also for trusting him ka vision ya hao. Because someone will say, "This is my vision, this is me. God spoke to me," and then they say o kwalla motho wa hao ka ntle and you are doing this all alone, which is really not part of what God wants.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
So, highlighting what you said about family being your number one supportive structure, and also God being that place where you go to and say, "God, today, okay, fine, sales are not coming all right. I have to pay my workers, and I'm tired. I don't know what to do." And also, thirdly, you have your employees who understands who we are not pushing Naledi. We are also pushing ourselves, because as we learn how she do things, as we support what she's doing, we are also learning how to become.
mm.
Because
Yes.
I believe that every what do you call it? Everywhere where we find ourselves, it can be looking after a child. You are learning how to do life, because
Yeah.
because it's going to take a lot of you for you to complete that task beautifully and excellently.
Yes.
And I believe that all of us, wherever we are, we can try by all means to see and know people that are for us,
Mm,
so that we know what to say to them,
yeah.
as a way of an investment, so that when days are dark, when we feel like we don't want to do it anymore, they remind
Yeah.
us, "Horena,
Yeah.
what did you say? How can you want to back down now? Because remember what you
Mm,
said."
mm,
I am one person that I always say, when you see me, you see I have three sisters, ne? And my mom. When you see me, you see these other three women, but it's only me that you see. But these three women have my back, cold, hot, all seasons of my life. This women has my back. I love photos. I love being beautiful. I love that. Every time I post a picture, Kilimotle, and looking like I have this life, you know, in my hands, I know I'm there. That's not me. These three women are there sitting here right now. This is not me, but these three women, and I've learned to value such
yeah.
relationships, because they are the only people who knows when you are not okay. Uh, I don't know if she's still here.
Yes,
Are
I'm
you
back.
here?
I'm
Yes.
back. Yes.
So I'm saying they are the only people. There was a time, and it still comes that day. There was a time in my life where it was not okay, and
You
I
were not what?
forget. Life was not fine. Was not. I was going through some storm, So now I will dish, and when I dish, ne, I will leave the pots open, and then I give people food. Yes, I will leave the pots open, or anything that I used to dish, I will leave them open. Oh yes, something around that will tell hore, "Ho fetile nna ka mo." And then my sister will find them opened and be like, "Wena na le kitchen ne?" And I yes, it's me. And when I get there, yes, you know what? I completely forgot hore ha ke di kwala, and enough for me in words. But because I was going through that situation, ka nako eo, I had that problem, and nobody knew but my sister. You know, and I'm sharing this because I'm trying to say people that we stay with, people that we are close to, they know our weaknesses, they know our dark seasons, they know re jwang ha re kwatile, they know re jwang ha re le broken. But
Yeah.
be- because of their love, support, and understanding, nobody has ever seen how we are that
Yeah.
incompetent. Ha re fihla ko strateng. So
Yeah.
to everyone watching or who will watch later, please make sure that people that are close to your heart, they know and see you and find you as a safe place for them. Make sure that they know who even if they leave the pots opened, you will never throw a an ungodly words at them and make them as if they are some kind of, you know, hlooho tsa bona ha di sebetse hantle. So
Yeah.
now, Osnale,
But you know, ne, also, because I've realized that sometimes family is there, right?
uh-huh,
But
mm-hmm,
you'll find that sometimes family, yes, they can cover you up until this point,
mm,
but when you need to um, go beyond things that really need someone else on a different level or different skill set, you need
okay,
to now welcome other people. And it's important also how you present yourself to these people,
yes,
and it's fine for us to always be mindful of we have weaknesses, but our weakness should not be rough, too rough. We need to also be elegant with
okay,
with 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 our weakness. And now I've seen in my case, a
mm,
lot of people that God sends my way are strangers.
mm,
My family, uh, my husband is always there, my kids are always there, but because I'm exploring other things, that are
not
um,
family related,
not
yes,
family orientated, that
yes,
has to do with other things that I'm doing on the
mm,
side. I need to
mm,
open up myself to either colleagues or classmates, or
yes, yes,
mentors, potential mentors that
mm,
I see. And
mm,
it's always important that, in as much as you saw yourself with your weaknesses, you also you always protect
yeah,
yourself,
yes,
you know
yeah,
because
mm,
I'm a firm believer as well that things always happen, ne? Things
yeah,
always happen, and it's
mm,
life. and
mm, mm,
and today you are here, tomorrow you are not here.
yes, yeah,
Tomorrow you might be president, madam speaker. and
mm, mm,
and it's important, gore, the things that you've been coming with are not things tse e leng gore they will jeopardize your future, at the end. So I've also seen, even with mentors, sometimes you open yourself, and you know you thinking this is for our benefit. It works, sometimes it doesn't work. um
yeah,
so also, being smart about how you, like I said, how you show yourself,
Yeah.
who you say what to,
Yes.
and how much
Mm,
and how far also do you go
mm,
in
mm.
terms of opening up yourself to other people. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, 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 yes. I agree with you on that one, Hore. Honestly, like with me, I'm the only one who speaks a lot, who talks a lot, who's passionate about speaking, who's passionate like this about changing or touching lives. Ne?
Mm.
My two sisters are cooks. They will cook for you. They will cook. And then my other sister is a teacher, and I'm here. I talk. I'm more exploring to the outside world, and I bring that at home also. And when I do that, I come across people that I really need to relate to, that I really need to have in my circle. And as you say, that I need to open myself to. But I have my limits. Only there are things that I don't share, but I only share things that will be at the benefit of the relationship that we have, meaning that when we go out there and explore, either we meet students, other students, or we meet colleagues, or we meet business partners, we need to understand the relationship and also have boundaries as to how far are we going to go into each other's personal space in this kind of a
Yeah.
relationship, because relationships are not the same. Every relationship has to
Yes.
have boundaries, say healthy, that will make sure that yeah hola, and it produces the results that we really need to see as friends or colleagues. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk to we come from different backgrounds. Someone might say, when you were lucky, you are bold, you've been bold because your family in a background, their business and whatnot. What can you say to someone who's like, I don't know what I'm here for, I don't know what my gift is, I don't know if I'm passionate about anything, I don't know. Even with this work that I'm doing, I don't like it. Like, I just need money.
I attended class 2 weeks back, and they were talking
Mm,
about purpose. They
okay.
invited a speaker, and
Mm,
he was talking about purpose, and what ultimately resulted in was, we sometimes think purpose is this big thing, you must change the world, you know and and when you feel your purpose has to be you as well changing the world. But
mhm,
someone's
mhm.
purpose can be, I want to see my children living well, I want to send my children to good schools, I want to
Yeah.
make sure that they're well taken care of. That
Yeah.
is your purpose. Every
Yes.
day when you wake up and go to work, you are living your purpose. That is your purpose. So they
Mm,
was really trying to say, it's not this you going to save children from whatever, Iraq,
mm,
or you're not gonna stand on the pulpit and now start preaching, and then that's when you will amount that to purpose. But purpose can be anything that you really say, this is what I live for, and that gives you meaning. you know if
yeah.
it is that taking care of your children gives you meaning, let it be that. Like Lena,
Mm,
I said, now I always knew that entrepreneurship is my calling. I'm called for
mm,
business
mm.
because of, number one, I've grown up in business. Two,
Uh-huh.
my family was in business, and I've
Yes.
seen how I interact with other people. I've seen
Mm,
myself in a work environment, I've seen myself in business, and I've
mm.
seen these two different people, and where I'm much more comfortable and where I'm much more functional was in
Productive. Yes.
business.
Mm,
And because I've also now taken a stance to say, this is where I want to function, and this
mm.
is where I feel God has called me, with my convictions, with my mindset, and all of that. It's where I'm focusing on, and it's what I'm doing. So I'm just saying now to someone who's not clear in terms of what is it that they want to do out of their lives,
Yes.
or what is it that they feel, that small thing. But we want our gift to be the same as you, Madam
Yeah,
Speaker.
yeah, yeah.
O thole gore nna ke bitsoditse kwa ko morago kwa I'm behind the
Mm,
scene. All of a
mm,
sudden I want to be Vusi Tembogwa, whereas I know very well I'm not Vusi, or I'm not a Madam Speaker,
mm,
but I know in terms of production, that's where my mastery comes out,
wow.
and
Mm,
if we can learn to embrace what we have and work with what we have, don't
mm,
compare yourself to someone, because that's what kills us. On our
yeah.
own, everything that we have and that we desire is in ourselves. Even that gift, if you can just sit and really evaluate yourself and take stock of your life, there are
Mm,
incidents that happen from childhood that tells you,
who you
when
are.
when you were young, maybe you're called for
Hey,
teaching. When you
yes.
always like driving, and bana ba o tshwara ko morao, it means maybe you were meant to be a pilot or something,
Yeah, yes.
but you want to compare, and once you start comparing, you start belittling this thing that you have. And when you don't recognize and belittle this gift, it's not going to work for you.
It's
you know
not. Yeah.
you can have a powerful gift, but if you don't know how to use it and if you don't know how to recognize it, it's not going to work. So, and the thing about purpose and your gift is, it's like ukaya somewhere and somebody just profit you out. This is what you're called for.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not like that. You will have to do the work yourself. You will have to spend that quiet time and inquire from the Lord. You will have to sit down and reflect on your life by yourself, and then you will find yourself. For as long
Yeah.
as you're thinking, maybe let me attend another seminar, I'll find myself. You're not going to find yourself. You're not going to find yourself. You need
Not.
to do your work by yourself, on yourself, every day.
Mm. And something else that I learned,
Yo, we lost him.
our
Yeah.
and also it's what brings confusion and also kills the fire that comes
Yeah.
with this purpose that you are called for. Because now when I learned about mine, all I saw was a pulpit, me standing there, and I didn't like it. Like me, yeah, that's a lot of work. Happy, I felt like it's so closed up, boxed. It will never give me the freedom to be myself while I'm in the process. And I took 7 years just sitting there and thinking, whoa, Mudim, whoa, whoa.
Yo.
Like, no, you know, until finally about a no-go area. And you know what happened? Hence, you said that at the darkest seasons of our lives, that's when we shine. What happened was I was in a relationship, and then in Yafe, like 2 years after, Abuti no, it's fine. I think fulfill what I came in your life for. And from now on, you are sharp. I have nothing more to give you. And that it was painful. And it was painful. And the most painful thing about it was because we did not have issues. We were fine. But he was like, no, Wabanamo, I am done. I have nothing more to give you. And I was out there, heartbroken, praying for he comes back. He's not coming. While I was while I was still in the process, I came across someone else who was so relevant to me and what I'm doing. And I was like, I know, Sham. All things work together for our good. Now he now. Walinyalo ke o. This one didn't happen. It did not. It did not manifest. If a little more, more, back to talking stage. Yeah, if a little more. And during the process, because every time you lose something, whether it's a pen, whether it's, as long as it was dear to you, you go through a process of grief. Hey, you know. So when I was going through that, now trying to forget this person that I was so hopeful for, finally. But now, while I was going through that process of heartbreak, healing, and whatnot, that's when I discovered Single Moms with Purpose.
Mm, mm.
That's
And
when
you
I
see,
discovered.
and
Mm-hmm.
you see, I think so too. Hangata, the things that we go through are not
Mm,
necessarily for us.
now,
We go
not
through
yet.
them so that something can be maybe can be
Born.
birthed out of it,
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm-hmm.
someone else can come and get healing. Like
Yes.
Lejena, when are you doing single moms with purpose, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
If you didn't find yourself in that situation, you are not gonna do that, right?
No,
And it's
it's not.
something that you live with. It's something that has now given you a voice. We know
Yeah.
you as Mako Khokolo, who's a
Mm.
beacon of hope for single
Yeah.
mothers. She's a
Yes.
young
Mm.
woman. She got pregnant at an
Uh-huh.
early
Young age,
stage.
yes.
You are a perfect example for someone to take to high school and say, you're pregnant today, but that's not your
Mm,
end. You've
mm,
made a
mm.
mistake, or you're in varsity,
Yes.
you've made a mistake. There you are, you find yourself pregnant, but it's not the end of the
Yeah.
world. You can
Mm,
still
mm.
push. You can still go for
Yes.
your dreams. You can still
Uh-huh.
touch lives. You can still be that woman that we look and say, I want to be like this. And our
Yes. Mm.
mistakes doesn't really define us. So
They
Luena,
don't.
you had to go through that so that
Mm.
someone else, you can o tswele okay ba Israel ba ba bangata.
Yeah.
Ba ise
Yes.
Kanana,
Mm,
you know?
mm.
Yeah.
So you see how funny it is to find your purpose. It's very funny.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
you say,
And that's the
Pepperna.
thing. We always think purpose, see, it's this beautiful thing that's glamorous. Purpose is not, it's not glamorous.
It's
Guys, it's not
not.
glamorous. Purpose is not. And hangata, the purpose, it's not dressed, you know, in a way that you'd say, yeah, that one is the purpose.
Yona.
When you're
Hey, yeah.
going through that, like when you were going through having a bana and now being
Yeah.
alone and having to now raise these children, the stigma, the society, dipuo tse ngata, it was not nice,
It
it was
was
not
not.
nice. But God had an end in mind to say, I'm going to
Mm.
use this girl's story to make sure
Yeah.
that whatever weapon of destruction that the devil is trying to put to teenage pregnancies and other people who are finding
Doesn't.
themselves in that situation will not surface. We have a testimony, we've got a beautiful
Mm.
story, it's
Yes.
something that we can touch home, or it's a story that we can tell to others to say, look at her now. I got
Yeah.
surprised and I didn't see you like that until you said it yourself. I'm like, huh? Wow, you've done well for yourself, really. And we
Yeah.
always think kibo business, purpose. We always think
Mm.
preaching, kiona.
Yes.
That purpose, it's the things that you go through, it's the things that you
Mm.
decide on,
It's
like I
the things
said.
that you don't even like
It's the things that
sometimes.
you don't even like. Yeah. Somebody na re ko rona batho ba bantsho re fetoha ke di-opportunities, especially because opportunities di tla really dressed in overalls and the way not the way that you would recognize them. But if we'd
Yeah.
really, yeah, if we'd really take things for as they are and use it or try to always look for opportunities, then would not be so choosy because then would know it's not always the way it is.
Yes.
Mm.
Sure. I'm studying. I was busy studying for my assignment, and hey, funny enough, they were talking about how we relate to others and things and situations. Ne? So they say we don't see things as they are, but we see them as we are.
Mm. Mm.
Meaning that
Perception.
if now you are facing a situation that is actually here to reveal and birth your purpose, you are going to see that situation from your point of where you are, who you are, and the fact that now I'm not ready to quit my job and or start a business. Now I'm not ready to be a voice to single mothers. Who am I? You know, I look at myself with all these things that I know who hadn't and I disqualify myself right there and say no, sing. So to someone out there, whatever situation that you come across at any given time,
Yeah.
remove yourself.
Yeah.
Remove yourself. It's not about you. Find something else that will keep you more interested in knowing better about where to from here.
Mm.
Because
Yes.
everything that has a beginning has an end. And when the end comes, something new has to surface, you know.
Mm.
So I think we need to change as that person we were talking with Archulo Hore. We lose opportunities because re na le ntho ene specific e re e batlang and we know how it must come. E tle ka difofane, e lande, e dule mo, e le so beautiful. You know what? It's not the red flags and kanti at some point some red flags are actually disqualified.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So it's 1834. Please close for us. Give us your last words. And look now, where do we find you? Your products? Do you and how do you distribute around South Africa?
Okay. So you can find me on Facebook, page yaka ke Deedee Hygiene Solutions. If you are in Tabanchu, we are next to. Okay, we just moved to another building recently. It's
Okay.
when you are by Standard Bank, that passage
Yes.
next to OK Furniture. We just there.
Around.
Our store is there.
Mhm.
You'll see the banners and all the signages that are guiding you in terms of where to go. When you
Mhm.
are in Botshabelo, we are at Industrial Park. It's at the Pila Supreme Chicken. We are there.
Okay.
You can also call us on WhatsApp. Should
Okay.
I give my number?
No,
Zero
you
eight
can.
one
Mhm.
099
Uh-huh.
68
Uh-huh.
45. That's the number. You can also
Okay.
email us info at ddhs.co.za. Yeah, you'll get us there. So we supply everyone. It doesn't matter how small your order is. It doesn't matter how
Okay.
big it is. Just bring it to us.
Okay.
We'll deliver
Okay.
wherever you are in South Africa. We courier. We
Mm.
even do cross borders now. So
How
yeah.
nice. So yeah, your last words. Refer. Ra weekend day.
This was so short, hey?
How
I'm still
an
expecting more
hour is very
questions. The business see about
no.
me, guys. No, this is just too short. Okay.
But an hour is very short when you are doing something productive. Believe me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Yeah.
last word is my favorite quote that I use all the time.
Mm.
Opportunities will find you dancing on the dance floor. You know, just
Well.
expose yourself. Just expose yourself and be on that dance floor. For as long as you are
Yeah.
dancing, opportunities will find you there. Don't sit and try to say, I'll only act when things are right, because there's never a time where it's going to be right. There's never a time where situations will be conducive. You have to just go in, launch yourself, and opportunities will come.
Yeah. You are talking to me. Please write for me that code on WhatsApp and send it to me. It goes with my last week's guest said
Mm,
something similar on Facebook today. So what you are saying, it's another confirmation of where I
yeah,
am and what we spoke about last week.
yeah,
Thank you so much
yeah.
for your time and thank you. Untebohele ho ntate le the boys. Tell them that I'm very grateful. Thank you so much, the Path of Family, for being with us today. And I pray that God bless you and prosper
Amen.
your business and
Amen.
prosper your business. Ihole,
Yes.
ihole. You know, I know you
Yes.
have employers now, employees, and you lehudile leahola. May you prosper, may you grow in every area of your life. That MBA, Leona, you must just yes.
We bring it home. We are bringing it home.
Yes, go. Yes. So thank you so
Yes.
much for allowing me to hijack you. This is just an honor. And I learned so much. I am going to do what I do with all of them. Download, listen, and
Yeah.
listen. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. And to everyone who was watching tonight, thank you so much for your support. We will meet again next week. And we are talking bold with another beautiful and very powerful, gifted, and vision focused lady. Remember also that I'm hosting Purposeful Parenting in Gauteng for Sloras on the 10th of September. Everyone is invited. And you know where the danger is? The danger is when you don't come to this discussion thinking that you're not a parent, but there are kids where you stay, of your sisters, of your cousins, you know, of your neighbors, and also you might be a parent tomorrow, and you're gonna have to start from the start learning how parenting goes like, or what you have to prepare for parenting. Please come. If you don't have a child, please do join us. Do join us. And also you can sponsor a ticket, because there are people who wants to come, but they can't afford to the entrance. And the entrance actually is the food. And I don't believe in celebrations or meetings just nandijo, because yeah, we
You're so
spend a lot
black.
of time. Why, but yeah, you know, imagine that I'm going to invite you and keep you 4 hours without
Mm,
food. Yo,
mm,
plus transportation. You see, it's close to 7 hours kaufela for that event. And then ulapin. From there, you have to go maybe or stand in a queue somewhere to find food, like time consuming. So I believe in that. So if
mm,
you can kindly sponsor tickets so that we can have other people who cannot come
yes.
in, come and learn, come and be inspired. You know, parenting is one of the things, the areas of our lives that we really, really don't invest in. And we need to work on that. We
Mm.
need to.
I liked what you said, Jorge. They shouldn't wait for them to have their own babies, but they should start
Yes.
preparing now. You don't start
Yeah.
preparing at that time or at the time of
Uh,
war. You start
no.
preparing and practicing before war
Before.
comes.
Yes.
So they better
Yeah.
make sure that they come, even
They
not even if
come.
it's not for themselves, but even
But
for bana ba bona,
yes.
and just to be a
Bana
better
babo,
friend
yeah.
sometimes, and
Mm.
support your single mother friend. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Okay,
Good
girl,
night.
I'll have to cut it. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for giving me time. I enjoyed
bye.
myself. I hope to come
Me
back
too.
again, and this
You
time
will
I'll be
come
the
back.
one who's leading the
Listen.
conversation, so I can say what I want to say. you know.
You can come back. You know you can come back. I have a lot planned here, so you will definitely come back. Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Umnandi
But
mo, umnandi. Nice.
umnati mona umnati. No, it's not those platforms that feels no. Umnati mo. Ke hae mona.
Umnandi. Yes.
All right. No,
So,
Kelebo, I thank you so much
yeah,
again. Be blessed. May
thank,
God bless you as well. May God
thank you so
bless your
much.
movement. May He bless a
Thank
single
you.
parent, single mothers, or what do you call it? Yeah, single mothers.
Single moms
Yes.
with purpose.
May the resources come your way. May He send
Amen.
destiny helpers that needs to take it
Amen.
from one level to another and just
Amen.
expose you. to other things that you need in your journey. And yeah, even as much as we are going through, let us go through what we have to go through so that we come out strong and we come back and be these voices that we are today.
Yes.
So, girl, good
Thank
night.
you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much, everyone,
Goodbye
for
and
tuning
enjoy
in.
wherever you're doing. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. Now we are going to cut it because if I don't, we are going to struggle. We won't finish. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I see you, Paul Masenya. I see you, Melanie. I see my sister, JC. I see Nandi. I see Sylvia, Dinah. I see, and that the pastor also joined us. And also, I see Mary Lebohile. Kivit. And she says that I love that quote. Opportunities will find you on the dance floor. Thank you so much. We are meeting here next week again, and I believe that it's still going to be a powerful 1 hour session of inspiration. Thank you so much, and I love you. Good night, and God bless you.